Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 Plays, playing Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader by Owlcat Games. I thought I was going to be able to fly around these pirates, but I guess not. So I'm trying to figure out what I should do. It looks like this thing can just blast him. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with a 90% chance.
Launch batteries, fully.
And I totally destroyed this shield on this side. So then I'm going to move to here. Now, do I have... Can this thing get through that as well?
Macro cannons, open fire!
Then if I turn to this side over here... and then shoot him with the starboard cannon?
Let them taste our fury!
So that one's gone.
Keep up the pressure!
Put out some torpedoes on that side. I don't know, this is probably a bad idea.
Engage the engines.
But then we'll unleash with these cannons on that one.
Make every shot count!
A little damage to his shields. And I think... What is this? Emergency warp jump in 3. They're gonna... So he's gonna run away. And I won't be able to catch him, will I? Okay, they get to go. Okay. I'll just have the plasma torpedoes detonate, right? How do I oh, here. Yep. So that one's gone. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get anywhere where I can actually hit this thing. I could hit him with that. Okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go here. Or do I wanna... If I go here, I can't quite hit him with those. Alright, I just gotta go here.
Helmsman, take us in!
And then shoot him with this.
With the force of a supernova.
And shoot him with these.
Let them taste our fury!
Didn't quite get him. I'm supposed to have like maneuvers and things I'm supposed to be able to do here. Okay, so these guys aren't actually giving me abilities. Okay, they aren't actually giving me abilities, so they aren't doing anything in those positions. Alright, it's gonna fly away. See if I get here. So I have to go right on top of him. Alright, I don't think I'm gonna catch him. Alright, we're just gonna move here and shoot our guns again.
Fire at will.
Got them.
I still got a long way to go to get anything. I picked up 48 scrap and some ancient machinery. Void Pirates trophies carved. Okay. Okay. 48 scrap. And that wasn't too bad. I'm sure I'm going to run into bigger, badder things. Alright, should we scan this? Since we had pirates here? Let's scan this. Plasteel. Sotto's tomb. Do I really want to go to Sotto's tomb? Imperium cartographers and chronicles know this place well. Long ago, the planet was a prosperous outpost capable of eclipsing even footfall. There used to be a Cyclopean tomb station on its orbit, the final resting place of Cornelius Sotto, one of the discoverers of the Koronus Expanse. The tomb gave its name to the entire system. However, about 400 years ago, an unknown cosmic body rammed into the station, causing it to collapse onto the planet. Not only did the catastrophe kill the settlers, it also made the world uninhabitable for centuries. The crater formed by the station's impact can still be observed from orbit. Sotto's tomb became a sepulchre for the entire planet. This sordid place has neither life nor loot, but knowing the nasty tricks that life can pull is a treasure in its own right. But I can put down this is Plasteel. Yeah, Plasteel. I need to be getting Plasteel. Cool. I needed to do that. Okay. Now I have Plasteel. Alright, shall we go check out space dust? We picked up fuel. Okay. For the cargo. I'll go check out this space dust. More fuel! Got a bunch of fuel. And there's nothing else here. But we are getting some resources out of that. Okay. Nothing to scan here. Okay. Oops, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. What's my time? We're only 9 minutes in. Maybe we should go fly around and go somewhere else. Okay, now what do I do? Omnicron, Trinnitos, System Speculo, Phantom, Platinum Stelios. What, I can't go back? What the heck? I guess I warp travel back here. I humbly ask that you grace me with an audience. I simply must inform you of a series of outrageous breaches of discipline that threaten to dissipate the dynasty's coffers. Okay, I gotta go talk to High Factotum, Totem, something or other. Is Jay playing games? Do I have to beat her in the head? Okay, there's gonna be something going on here. This guy's gonna talk to me. Hi, Factotum, generous Denrock. Your Lordship, I must report systematic and flagrant attacks on the dynasty's coffers perpetrated by your companion, Mistress Hadera. The Empress as my witness, the worst rumors of her thieving ways proved to be a significant understatement of the reality. How much has her chicanery cost us? On a protectorate-wide scale, the astronomical sum she has extorted from us seems negligible, and not worthy of notice. Nevertheless, I cannot help but be outraged by her blatant exploitation of your goodwill. And what crimes has she committed against the Treasury? She's extorting bribes and oblations, gifts, favors for herself in particular, exploiting rumors of a connection between herself and your Lordship to unscrupulously gather bribes from all and sundry, hinting at how displeased your Lordship will be to hear if anyone is being uncooperative. I myself have found myself the victim of her attacks with particular frequency due to my position. Bring her to me. You wish to see me, Sherry? I've been informed that you've been soliciting bribes. But I was making research there's worm-eaten lips with such scurrilous lie. Actually, don't tell me. I don't even want to hear their blackened name. I've never demanded bribes from any of your vassals, but I will have willingly accepted the gifts they have offered it. Is that a crime? Mistress Adair is quibbling over semantics. She may not demand anything directly, but she drops heavy hints. Perhaps this isn't about hints, but the habits of a rotten venal soul accustomed to dueling out bribes left and right, thereby draining the dynasty's treasury? I'd be curious to know, Danrek, how much of the von Valentine's fortune you have squandered by handing out bribes to people who did not ask for them. Why do you need such gifts? Do you not receive enough for working through me? Business one, Serene. I expect profit from everything. It's in my nature. When a desert lion catches the scent of blood, he will eat even if his belly is full, for who knows when the next feast will come. Besides, what girl doesn't like receiving gifts? Exploiting your privileged position, High Factum should try to worry less. It's not good for the slanderous little heart that pumps blood around his ungrateful carcass, but I am surprised he is not worried before when he showered me with generous gifts the moment I arrived on board. Of course, I will not accuse him of trying to buy my favor. Victim's face changes color to match his jacket, whose color suddenly appears to be digging into his flabby throat. However, the source of these blessings dried up as soon as he learned of our connection, Sherry. I considered it profoundly wrong that our affection should have had such an unhappy effect on my material well-being. Therefore, I took it upon myself to remind the High Factum of his previous largesse. And now you're trying to settle the score? Get on my side. Danrek the bumbling suitor. You dangle after my companion, and now you are trying to settle the score? Get out of my sight. I'll go with Jay. Without an incoherent burble, sweeps into a deep bow and hastily beats a retreat. Jay, I still have words to say with you. Who would ever trust the word of a man who douses himself and presumes to cover up his body odor? Everyone knows that that's a sure sign of a soul prone to deceit. I have things to talk to you about, girl. I'm not real happy with her. Where are you, Jay?
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
You know why my Servo Skull escort has started saying some rather unusual things?
The Exalted One himself must have put the words of truth into its mouth, Shireen.
I don't think so. Did I go through these? Tell me about its dark side.
The dark side is the real Koronus Expanse, if you ask me. But what do you want to know about it, Shireen?
Cold
It's really
trade.
is simple, Shireen. The Kasbalika runs the Imperium's black market, offering special goods to those who can afford their services. Yes, I am talking about Xeno artifacts too. Alien weapons, technology, sometimes even certain kinds of living creatures. Unlike the rogue traders whose sacred warrants make them immune even from the laws of the Exalted One, Kasbalikan agents are used to hiding and covering their tracks. Nobody wants to draw unwanted attention, no matter who might take an interest. Especially now that the Koronus Expanse has a warrior of the Golden Throne as its watchman.
Okay.
Why not? The decision is yours, Shireen.
I'll see you later.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
There's no way to tell your romance level with people, is there? See, I should have a condition here, because I have a -5. Because of Shadow of Torment. No, that's something else. It's my willpower. There's Malediction of Rykad Minoris is making my willpower -5, but it won't. I don't know. I gotta do something. Let's get rid of that, I guess. There's nothing that tells you anything there. Why is this 0? I'm at a 3 there. Well, that's right. This is ridiculously high. 4 with these pirates. 3 with them. Imperial Navy. Kasbakla is ridiculous. So I've got 10 up that way. Plus a 14. Okay. That 4 was the thing with the funeral. Okay. All right. So I'm not where I want to be. Where am I? Did I make it to Footfall? Okay. So now we gotta travel. I still only have one thing. Okay. Artificial objects, Footfall. Do I want to go back into Footfall and see if they've straightened out that thing before I go off and search for something else? If I were to go here, that's orange. Something bad's supposed to happen in orange, right? 20 minutes. Travel to dinner out is dangerous. does dangerous mean? Okay, here. It doesn't tell you. Nope. Warp. No. Astronomicon doesn't tell me. Tutorial doesn't tell me about travel. Warp travel. Nothing about travel. Ship's posts. Navigators and warp travel. Navigator serves as a warp around the current system and search for other systems, possible routes leading them. Your navigator's insight is a source that can be spent on charting new routes or lowering the danger level of existing ones. By resolving certain events that occur in the warp. 4 types of warp routes exist. Dangerous. Definitely the warp events that happen when traversing. Green routes have next to no adverse concurrences, while red routes bode the most perilous of encounters. Sometimes a warp event can cause an incursion on your ship to which you will have to react either by using certain items or intervening personally. Okay. Well, should we take a chance on the orange one to try and get... I'm not finding any way to get these. By scanning new systems, anomalies, or participating in non-combat space events. So scanning new systems doesn't seem to be doing it. I'm not getting any for that. Okay, we're gonna go down the orange and see if we can get ourselves killed. It is dangerous, but we're going to go there anyway. So down the dangerous route we go. Mission report, Lord Captain. I keep receiving messages about strange behaviors in certain ship systems. All decks report the uncontrollable opening and closing of doors, gates, and airlocks. They behave erratically and do not obey the operator's commands. Regrettably, this has led to casualties among the crew. The tech priests have explained that these phenomena are being caused by the machine spirit's irascibility and have spent hours chanting litanies to soothe their anger. Unfortunately, many crew members were badly injured before the prayers could stabilize the systems. And... okay, so I've got crew casualties. Let's go find out what's in this place. Those unknown ships, those are going to be bad for me. There's unknown ships there. I want to get away from the unknown ships. And we're going to go over to this planet. And begin the scan. Absolutely nothing, but I got 50 experience. Add to the world. It's another burning world. Okay. Go check this one out. This looks like another one that's not going to be any good for me. There's nothing in this one. Desert world. We have to go up to this one. More Plasteel. Plasteel 7. Probably occurs with natural materials. Hi. I could throw in another Extractum. Then I'm going to be running out of Extractums. Aren't I? Well, I'm going to put it down there. Because that gives me that. Unknown ships here, unknown ships there, and a planet. I have a feeling if I get anywhere near that planet, those ships are going to attack me. Right? What's my time? 26 minutes. And what is this place? Monastry of the Order of the Hammer? Foulstone. We found Foulstone. Okay. Now what am I going to do? Well, let's see what it's at the Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. I received a transmission from Foulstone. It was sent by members of the Order of the Hammer, votaries of Saint Cognitus, whose monastery is the only settlement on the planet. Rather, it used to be. Some time ago, a transport vessel, the Navicia, unloaded several thousand refugees from a planet belonging to rogue trader Winterscale. The Order of the Hammer has judged this invasion to be an act of aggression and is asking for your lordship's protection. Resolve this conflict. This is no interest to me. Ignore the transmission. Sounds like I need to go down and talk to people. Let's go try to resolve this conflict. As it pleases your lordship. I don't know. 611 days after the feast of passing of Commodities, Geef, the champion of the faith, disquieted marred the calm of the Monastery of the Order of the Hammer. Countless tortured souls, steeped in fear, arrived on Foulstone in a starbark. A great apostasy has befallen their home and turned them into an abject wanderer seeking help and refuge. Their wicked and cruel captain, the owner of the Navicia, had betrayed them. Once the unknowing souls in his care had made landfall on the world's surface, he most deviously recalled his shuttles and left, thus ridding himself of his duty to care to the unfortunate lot. Not knowing how they would survive in Foulstone's grim wastelands, the forsaken people came to the monastery of St. Agnes and surrounded its walls. They hammered their fists on the gate and implored, wailed, "Take us in, protect us." And what once was a place of serenity and grace was now full of din, disorder, and all manner of things despicable. The interlopers brought with them worldly futility, and strife. After a prayer, the prelate Hercules turned his eye to the past in search of instruction. How do I turn the page? Oh, here? Close history? Close the history. Oh no, do I click on a page? Okay, so if I close the history, how do I get out of this? Oh, I'm confused. Oh, you have to click on that. Freelance characters recalled the first missionaries to set foot on Foulstone base Westland, led by their zeal for serving St. Cognissus. Those missionaries had received the blessing of Nicomedes Keith, the champion of the faith, who had reveled with them in their starbark, to found in this place a humble and pure abode where to cultivate wisdom and piety. As a man of great endeavor, as a warrior and a wise artificer, never cower behind the walls of a librarium, stepped bravely into the darkness, carrying the light in the palm of his hand, and he commanded others to do the same, and not only Foulstone, many other worlds of the Koronus Expanse bear its imprint. The Predator did welcome the interlopers warmly as guests, but he did warn his brethren to keep their vigilance. Brothers and sisters of the Order of the Hammer came forth to meet the strangers carrying water and protect protein victuals and medical herbs, and the crowd came to blows over lands, and blood was spilled, and many were trampled or mauled in the stampede, some of them dwellers of the monastery. Then the warriors of the Order of the Hammer donned on their flak cowls, described words of praise in the God Emperor on their tactical visors, and went forth ready to render service in battle. Las guns and bolters they pierced the interlopers with their chain swords, and power flails they struck them. And a great and bloody harvest was reaped that day. But the interlopers, too scant though their armament was, and scantier their skill in battle, slew many among the monastery's dwellers, for great were their numbers and greater their desperation. The monks fled beyond their walls, and rang the vox alarm, and shut the gate, and commanded the armed guards to keep watch over the gate, slaying any who approached. A quarrel broke out. The hungry and the sick lay siege to the monastery, begging for help and the respite. They blocked the water collector and unpowered the genitorium. Youth, in the meantime, made ready to resist. Then a miracle came to pass. The God Emperor sent his champion, his confidant, his right hand, the rogue traitor of blessed house Vandalancius. May the light of his grace remain upon it forever. The blessed rogue traitor, Dogmatic, commanded his formidable boarding force to fall upon the interlopers and slay as many as he could slay. Iconoclast extended a veil of protection over the interlopers, taking them into his care and thereby all of Foulstone with them. Heretical unleashed his armed force upon the interlopers and monks alike, wrecking great shedding of blood and pillaging for his delegation. Cast a contemptuous eye over the aftermath of the bloodshed and departed with words of abuse and reproach. This would give me a colony, would it not? Hold each account for their deeds. Well, this is iconoclast. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do this. Humbly, the Order of the Hammer heeded the God Emperor's command and unsealed the airlocks and opened the gate of its abode and brought forth gifts of virtue to relieve the suffering of the ill-stricken. After a prayer, the architects set to work. In accordance with the saints' teachings and the parameters set forth in the standard temple construct, they erected spacious living quarters and sturdy fort walls for the planetary militia and a spacious auditorium wherein to trade and store goods. In a proud sensorium within those walls, clerks and servo bondsmen would maintain order and keep statistical records. And a new yet righteous way of life came to Foulstone, and people rejoiced and all was good. Iconoclast +5, and close this out. Did I get a... How? Oh no, now what? Okay, gonna go a little long here. I just ran into a tutorial. Only certain worlds, usually the most habitable, are suitable for establishing thriving colonies ripe for development. Completing projects and colony events can earn the rogue trader unique rewards that cannot be obtained through any other means. Projects are the backbone of colony development. Completing them requires resources that can be obtained by exploring planets and cosmic anomalies. Completing a project takes time. While you continue your travels through the Koronus Expanse, you will receive a notification on the screen when a project is finished, informing you that the reward can now be claimed. Okay. So, what do I need to do? Profit factor produced by the colony and the speed of projects in the colony, increasing and decreasing them by 10% for each point of complacency, respectively. Efficiency affects the amount of resources produced by the colony, increasing it by 10% for each point of efficiency. Affects the ability of the colony to cope with negative events on its own. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So if you click on this, flame weapon, holy gifts, profit factor +2, Drusians +1000, efficiency +1. For St. Drusus, that's what that would be. Okay, so you gotta pick one of these things. Lord Captain's Voice should gauge Shield of Faith feature, Holy Gifts, Profit Factor, and Complacency. Those things seem to be staying the same. These things stay the same. Lord Captain's White Ship gauges the Emperor's Retribution feature for St. Drusus. How much does this cost me? +5% to critical chance hit against chaos enemies. And what does this one do? Hey, worthy guardian of Saint of the Faith and the head of the House of Valencians, a marvelous fellowship will be erected in his honor in the world's capital city. It will be decorated with a grand twin statue of the Emperor and the Rogue Trader. Thousands of artisans and priests will sing his name in the daily prayers and declare blah blah. And I gain Shield of Faith. Plus 30% to Prow Shield Generator. I don't know what I want. This would make Agenta happy. This would make Jay happy. I don't know whether that... This would probably make... I don't know. I'm gonna pick the high throne. You guys can all leave me comments and tell me how stupid I am, okay? I mean, this part is all the same, which is the only part I really care about. I get +2 power factor, +1 security, and 20 holy gifts. Whoopie deal. Chemicals. People. Mechanisms. Promethium. Weapons. Xenotech. Adamantine. Phlogiston. And Profit Factor. So anything that's going to help me is Profit Factor and the security. Is that the same on all of them? Well, this one gives me +1000 on the Drusians. But that would kind of tick them off. So these two don't give me a whole lot. This gives me something actually physical. I get one Infernical. What does this do? 22 to 33 Flamer, but it only shoots in a stream. I get efficiency and profit factor. This gives me security and profit factor. This gives me complacency and profit factor. I think I'll go with security. I don't know. I'll just do that. Okay. Now, none of this stuff do I have. So you can't. Okay, so you can't back out of it. Alright, so we're going down the high throne. I gotta wait till it's done, I guess. This is gonna take some time, but it won't tell me how much time. Can't do anything else. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm done. I got myself a colony. Can't do anything with it, but I got myself a colony. And then we're gonna put in the colony management screen Y. Okay. Colony management screen Y. Okay. I've got unknown ships here, I've got unknown ships here. So I'm probably gonna have to deal with these next time. Alright? Alright, I'm gonna go back on my bridge. So we found a Foulstone, which is where those refugees went. I've rescued some of his people. He's gonna come want to take this from me. That's why I went with security. He's gonna say, they're my people, it's my planet. I'm gonna say, no, they're not. Because you let them run away. Alright. And we'll put it in here. Alright? And we'll try to find out if we can try and find my planets. I'm having trouble figuring out where they're at. If you like what you see, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notify bell. Be notified to upload videos and to schedule streams. And I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.